Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to talk about everything in terms of professional wrestling. So, hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a pretty long weekend. I haven't seen you guys since I think Wednesday was having some Wi-Fi troubles. There's fire around Southern California, all that kind of stuff. It is something that I kind of realized over the break is that summer's over. So, well, no, it's not true. Actually, in like a week, I think in like a week, from today, it's supposed to be like 97, 100. So we might have a chance to jump in the pool again. I know my kids are dying to do it once again. They're not ready to say goodbye, but I kind of am, I'm getting a little older. It's so crazy how like it's like this. When you get older, you're kind of like swimming. But when you're a kid, you're like, let's go, let's jump into any body of water. Like you see random lake or you see a puddle, like when you're a kid, you want to jump into that shiz, man. Like when you're an adult, you're like, man, then I gotta walk all day around in muddy, just sweaty shoes. Like it's just, I don't know, And I'm not trying to put a damper on trying to grow up. I know, like if there's a couple of young people watching this, they're like, man, this guy sounds miserable. I'm just kidding, no. But all in all, had a good weekend. Hope you guys had a good one. So, guys, we have a lot of unfolding to do today. Our segment one, we're going to talk about WWE Smackdown. It was a good one. It was very, very good. We're going to talk about that. In our second segment, we're going to jump on into some Monday Night Raw preview. It's happening right now. I got it taped. Can't wait to watch it. Obviously, if you're joining me and if you're watching Monday Night Raw, if you want to drop a spoiler, maybe we could talk about it. That'd be pretty cool. Or just shoot me a chat about absolutely anything. Get something off your mind. So, and then our third segment, we recently saw TKO UFC 308, 308, I believe 308 or 306. I'm not too sure. They had it at the Spear in Las Vegas. Now there's a lot of speculation saying that WWE will kind of follow in the footsteps of its partner, the Ultimate, Fighting Championship. I think it's a possibility. We're gonna dig on into that. Our fourth segment, we're gonna talk about TNA. TNA had a pay-per-view over the weekend as well, Victory Road. We're gonna recap and talk about that. In our fifth and final segment, we're gonna talk about some Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill recently said in an interview that compared to AEW, the traveling is just off the hook. It's a lot. It's a hell of a lot. So we're gonna dive into that. Dig on into a little deeper. But before we do any of that, I want to remind you to hit up that super chat, guys. Whether if you just got a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling, or just something you've been dying to share, we are all ears here at the GSMC Sports Network. This show's all about keeping the conversation going, keeping it lively, keeping the party going. So make sure your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy. Go ahead and drop those chats, those thoughts, those chats inside the chat box. Kind of word that a little weird. And if you really want to make sure your comment or question gets noticed on air, you guys go ahead and use that super chat. It's that $sign below that chat box. It guarantees that your message will be featured on the show. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel, support the GSMC Sports Network. Your support and your super chats and your super stickers helps us keep the lights on and bring you even more awesome wrestling content. We are absolutely super, super grateful for each and every one of you guys who tune in daily. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we'll make sure the show is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And if the super chat, not your thing, go and hit up the tips and donations link at gsmcpodcast.net. Shoot me your comments, questions, and concerns. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Don't forget the Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010%. But of course, we take criticism here. Feedback is a gift. So don't be shy. Drop me any kind of, absolutely anything. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Love to hear what you guys have to think. And so let's do it. All right, so segment one. Oh man, what an episode of SmackDown. The first episode on the USA Network. Obviously, in the beginning, you saw Triple H open up. Basically, said 25 years ago when SmackDown started. I remember. I think they were on the UPN network, channel 13. If you didn't have cable, no, I think it was on standard television. And oh my God, that's so long ago. That's crazy. Before that, totally skipped over it. The theme song, the WWE SmackDown theme song with Meg Thee Stallion and RM from BTS. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool. Will it last? I don't think it will. Usually, it never really does. Monday Night Raw was doing it for a little bit. I think it was Enemies. I think it was the song Enemies, and it was pretty cool. I don't mind the theme song. I love the rebranding of the logo. SmackDown looks like gives me like kind of gives me like a PLE kind of feel to it, you know what I mean? And I know, they're starting to bring more pyro back. And all in all, I thought it was pretty cool. Next, we saw, Cody Rhodes against Solo Sikoa in an unforgiving steel cage match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. It was clean, despite what happened after. It was a clean win by Cody Rhodes. Solo Sikoa can't do it. You know what I mean? Like it's right now. It's to the point where I don't want to keep watching Solo Sikoa challenge for the title. You know what? To be honest, I don't think he's going to challenge for the title again. I guarantee you he's not. Uh, you know. And then the Bloodline at the end came to attack Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns he ended up coming in to help, and then him and Jacob Fatu had a stare down, and he was daring him to get inside the cage to fight the big dog against the Samoan werewolf. And then, once when it was all said and done, you had Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns kind of looking eye to eye. You know what I mean? Like, okay, do we really have to come together to, kind of defeat or kind of break down everything that I created? And it's kind of crazy. I love the storytelling. I love the storylines and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Losing has consequences. That's something that Solo Sikoa said to Paul Heyman once when he was trying to deem himself the tribal chief. He lost twice to Cody Rhodes, and obviously losing does have consequences. Maybe there's a lot of speculation saying that The Rock will make his return at Bad Blood and, kind of take over as the new young Bloodline kind of leader a little bit. Maybe, joining in the match between the tag team between Cody Rhodes, the Roman Reigns, and also Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Then The Rock coming out. Initially, people think that he's going to help Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief, because he was Roman Reigns' right hand man. Once when Jey Uso got kicked out of the bloodline. So I think that's a possibility, but that's a huge something to accomplish right there. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to do all that. I hope he returns before Survivor Series. Would love to see a War Games match with the electrifying, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Next, we saw Michin. Michin defeat Piper Niven. I thought that was a pretty good match. One of those, let's give some attention to, some of the girls, which, it was great. I love Michin. I think she's doing well. Kevin Owens in a tag match against A-Town Down Under. He first, picked up a teammate. His name was Ricky. Gave Ricky the stunner once when Randy Orton came into the picture. And really the main takeaway from this match, first and foremost, is Kevin Owens' contract still hasn't been renewed or restructured, or he hasn't signed in, basically a contract to stay. What are they going to do with Austin Theory? It's getting to the point where, I just keep, why not just, at this point, I feel bad for him. Grayson Waller, he's a good wrestler, but all in all, like the match was kind of slowed down for him. I noticed once when, Randy Orton hit that power slam on him, he kind of got up a little. So, like, I don't know, he just looked like he wasn't, in shape to be in, to kind of have that electricity that Randy Orton and Kevin Owens kind of brings. Also, Austin Theory, he's very good. He's very, very good. He can definitely be a star. A lot of people believe so. So it's going to be interesting to find out how much longer is this going to take. What this whole Theory, Austin Theory storyline with Grayson Waller, and one of the main questions that pops up is it too late? Is it too late? Does everybody kind of think of Austin Theory as like damn near like mid card, low key, not really a mid card, kind of like a glorified jobber, kind of like the problem you're seeing with this whole Solo Sikoa thing becoming the tribal chief and everybody not taking him seriously is because it's like, throughout his tenure at, besides beating John Cena at WrestleMania 39, he really hasn't had success. You know what I mean? Given that he was the right hand man to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns was being promoted as this total heel, which meant that if he wasn't going to lose the match, he was going to win it very dirty like. So I don't really condone Solo Sikoa in that kind of a, more like the WWE booking of it. I feel like he could have had more of a, kind of had more of a momentum coming into it before, challenging Cody Rhodes. I think he could have got a couple more wins under his belt. And I thought it would have been, I thought it would have been better. All right, next we have Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, Bayley and Naomi. So we have a pretty interesting tag team match next week on SmackDown. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton need to beat Bayley, Naomi. Loser leaves town. Kind of crazy. Kind of, that is definitely no, I don't think loser leaves town. I think if Bayley and Naomi win, they each get a title shot. But if Nia Jax and Stratton wins, they leave SmackDown. So in all realness, I think it's going to end up with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton probably picking up the L on this one. Bayley and Naomi's going to come out victorious. Would be interesting to see like a triple threat match heading toward Bad Blood, or just Bayley never really got her rematch after SummerSlam, and Tiffany Stratton did kind of screw her. So I think we're going to see a one-on-one bout with Bayley, and then 1,010%. I think it's going to be pretty badass. Both of these girls are I definitely hope Nia Jax's title run is a little longer than I feel like it might end, which sucks because she's been in WWE forever. Obviously, she's putting in the work, and it seems like whenever she gets a title, WWE's so quick to kind of rip the band-aid off, kind of tear the strap off of her waist and just kind of make her into that. Oh, okay, we're gonna make her really, really dominant, kind of like the Big Show, kind of because that's how it is with the bigger, kind of bulkier superstars. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Trying to book them into storylines and matches and stuff like that. It's hard. It's hard because at the same time, you can't, it's not like you're trying to dupe the WWE universe. Like if you see a big guy like the Big Show going up against somebody small, like, well, not small. Can I see the Big Show going up against somebody like, I don't want to say Spike Dudley because no, that's too small. That's too small. Randy Orton, Randy Orton can actually pick up the dub, but I don't know. It's just it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Got a chat from my man Anthony Mazzano. I've been saying this from the beginning. Solo is not the one controlling the new Bloodline. Dwayne is doing it from behind the scenes, and this is just setting up for a matchup at WrestleMania. I agree. I agree 1,010%. Um, I feel like the addition of Tamatonga, and now you have Jacob Fatu, and then The Rock comes in. I like it. I think it's a great storyline, and controlling things from behind the scenes that makes a lot of sense. Dwayne The Rock comes back in. Solo Sikoa kind of looks at him, kind of like a little shameful, being like, "Look, I'm sorry, I couldn't capture the title for us." And he was like, "Well, you did a good job as holding my place as a tribal chief until I came back." And then it's going to be like a huge shock. I want to see this match at Survivor Series so bad. I want to see The Rock teaming up with Solo Sikoa, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu. Obviously, you're going to have the team of Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, probably Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and most likely probably Sami Zayn. I feel like that would overall be great. But I don't know. It should be pretty interesting. Honestly, I'm waiting with bated breath. It's gonna be awesome. All right, wrapping this up, we have Andrade beating Carmelo Hayes 2-3. It was good. Honestly, this whole little, kind of series of fights they had, I felt like really benefited both fighters. Carmelo Hayes, after being brought up from WWE NXT and WWE creative talent, creative writers, not wanting, the smoke or not wanting the momentum that or the anticipation or the ambition of drafting somebody and bringing somebody like Carmelo Hayes to the main roster on SmackDown. So I thought overall it was pretty great. Now we're gonna have the LA Knight taking on Andrade for the WWE United States Championship, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Will Andrade finally, kind of win a belt? He didn't really do much on the main brand after being drafted from NXT. That's what kind of caused him to kind of be like, you know what? Screw WWE. I'm heading to AEW. But AEW didn't necessarily kind of do well with his creative character as well. But I don't know, it should be pretty cool. It should be pretty cool. And lastly, we got the Roman Reigns promo. The only tribal chief, he said, a lot of things I kind of love. He's like, this is my WWE straight up. A couple of things that I kind of realized, and I felt like WWE did really, really well was once when he had Roman come back. He didn't really pander to the crowd too much. I know this might be like kind of like a small detail, but you saw like during his entrance, you saw kind of people reaching out for a handshake or a high five, and he was like, you know what, like he didn't really acknowledge them, like what I mean, which was the right thing to do. Like you could have ruined this Roman Reigns' babyface turn as quick as as quick as you tried to make him a babyface like 7, 8 years ago. So I felt like overall they were doing really, really well, and I got a chat from my man again. But the question is, who would be the fourth person on Roman Reigns' side besides Jimmy Jay? And it doesn't make sense to bring Sammy back in because he's moved on. So maybe their cousins. Oh my God, that'd be pretty cool. I would love to see Zia Fatu. I know Rikishi. He said on his podcast, I think it was all on the top or something like that. Um, he was kind of he said he was a little inexperienced. He said he was, him and not Tala Tonga, the other guy, Hikuleo. No, Hikuleo's ready. Hikuleo's already under the WWE brand name. But Zila Fatu, he's training right now with Booker T in his school, training him up. So there's no doubt in my mind that there's a huge chance that maybe they bring in more Bloodline members. I, for one, I agree with you. I really, I think it would be cool. I think it would be very cool to kind of see Sammy come back and try to, back up his honorary Usos and be like, I think that'd be pretty cool. But then also you can make the same argument for Jey Uso as well. He has so much going for his singles run right now. He's kind of competing for his first championship, the Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker, which I think Breaker is going to retain. But there's a chance they finally put a belt on Jey Uso because it has been a while. When I kind of thought that they were going to promote Jey Uso, they were like, oh no, no, we're going to go down this, or guess what? He's not going to win the Money in the Bank. And I feel like, they had opportunity after opportunity to do it. So, that could be the same for Jey Uso. For Cody Rhodes kind of being on the team as well, I feel like right now, maybe this is kind of their way of getting it out of the way. Like maybe Roman Reigns is going to try to recruit some people like Hikuleo, like Zila Fatu, try to, beg Jimmy, and maybe finding that fourth person is going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. I'm confused. I thought they were turning Roman Reigns babyface. Why is he acting like that toward the fans? And I don't think he's going to turn on Cody at Bad Blood. That's a Vince McMahon logic for booking. Oh my God, yes. That's a total Vince McMahon booking right there. The creative writing team back, like what I was kind of thinking of back once when it was after WrestleMania 39 where he lost, where Cody Rhodes actually found out in the middle of the match to lose. To lose. And the next Monday Night Raw, he was going to tag team with Brock Lesnar. Then Brock Lesnar turns on him, and I was like, I get like keeping these two superstars busy, but like I don't know, the storyline kind of has to make sense. And Roman Reigns, I think he's going to be like that rugged baby face. He's not going to be that, the pander to the crowd. Obviously, the crowd loves him. They love him, kind of like, choose the lesser evil. You don't want to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as the true tribal chief. But I personally, I thought it was kind of, I thought it was good. I thought it was great. I thought it was something that they should have done for Roman a long time ago. But now he's striving for the WWE Championship again. He wants to be the tribal chief. He wants to figure out family business first. He even said he was like, you know what? I honestly don't need this guy, Cody Rhodes, on my side. I can go ahead and do it all by myself. Question: would you say he's going to be like a Stone Cold Steve Austin type of? Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin was like that. Like what I mean, he didn't really care. Like of course, there was some interactions with the fans, but he was more like, you know what, I'm gonna go out there, do my thing. I'm gonna be a badass. I'm gonna defy, orders. I'm gonna go out there and just be defiant, and people are gonna love me. People are gonna love me for it. I'm not gonna have to like kiss ass or kiss babies' heads and like shake hands and stuff like that. I feel like the storyline automatically kind of makes you feel like he's kind of he is heading toward a baby face. So kind of the comparison with Stone Cold Steve Austin is kind of hitting the nail on the head. So I thought overall it's kind of crazy. Both of them did sign the contract, so the match is on for WWE Bad Blood. It should be interesting. It should be awesome. I can't wait to see it. And I thought it was kind of crazy how Cody Rhodes basically said, "Yeah, it hasn't been your hasn't been your WWE since WrestleMania," and it was like crickets. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he just said that," but he did. So, all right, moving on. We have some WWE Monday Night Raw preview to go on. It's happening right now. I can't wait to watch it. I have it on record. Have not checked a single shred of social media, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook for any updates. So, yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna dig on into it when we come back. So, hey, stay tuned.